So, guys, welcome back to a brand new episode of Flashback and Forecast. First of all, I want to appreciate you guys that watch the previous video. I know for a fact that I provide value in these videos. Appreciate you guys that watch. Keep watching, keep finding value. I'm here to help. I'm here to help the little way I can. I don't understand the thing or two in these markets. I don't know everything for sure, but I understand the thing or two that I could share, that I could help others. Yes, so I appreciate you guys for watching. So without wasting much time, let's go into what we did last week. So last week was a good week. I'm not even going to lie. Last week was a good week. Not gonna lie, last week was a good week. We had some sales on XAUSD. XAUSD was the only pair I traded last week. Although I broke down what I'll be likely seeing in like 3 other pairs aside XAUSD. XAUSD was the only pair I traded. So yeah. So let's go over what we did. So a few weeks ago, I told you guys that I'm looking at buys from this point. I'm sure you saw those buys I took from here. That this would be my first target. And last week we reached that point. On Friday we got to that point. So we got to that point on Friday, right? So the way we closed on the weekly. So preparing for the new week, I said, okay, since you have touched this point, our supply point, and you actually close inside the range of the previous candle. So what we should see is sales. Honestly, I was looking at this low to be taken out. Liquidity, we have this sweep, then we come down and sweep this point, right? But no, it didn't happen. Instead, what we saw was, price reaching a certain point and rejecting. So that's why we bought. I told you guys that now, if you are looking to sell, we want to see a liquidity sweep of Friday's high. If you are looking to trade Monday, we want to see a liquidity sweep of Friday's high. This Friday's high, right here. This Friday's high. We want to see a sweep, and that's exactly what we got. This sweep right here. So if you're on X or on Instagram or on my free Telegram, you see the screenshots I posted all the trades I took. Yeah, I got swept out on this day. I think either on this day or on this day. But all the way actually was good. It was good, honestly. So yeah. So when I saw price, sweeping this high, so I then checked for momentum. So what was momentum like? You see, after this point, after this high, after price swept the high, price then slowed down. You can see how big. Let me show you. You can see how big. Pause. You can see how big this candle is. Look at this candle right here. You can see how big it is. But look at this. So obviously momentum slowed down. We then followed by this bearish candle. Right? We were then followed by this bearish candle. Right? So what now happened is this. I said, okay, now I think I took down the 15 minutes. I cannot really tell the exact points. 15, but I caught this drop to the downside. So when price pulled back, let's go back to the 1 hour. So after this bearish candle, this bearish engulfing, this was then my entry. But this sells down. I took my profit at a 1-5. I didn't hold, guys. I took my profit at a 1-5. So yeah, this was the first trade I took. Second trade was this. Now if we go over to the daily time frame again, The chart might be messy. I'm not a Messi fan, but the chart might be messy. But yeah, chart might be messy. Yeah. But look at this. So after we close on Monday like this, I was still expecting a drop on Tuesday. So what I did was go over to the 1 hour again. You know. So this was the point I sold from. This was the point. I initially was looking at this point. But along the line, when I saw price invalidated this point, then okay, no. This was Wednesday, Tuesday. I was looking at this point, but when I saw price invalidated this point, this was the point I was looking at, but still maintaining the bias of sales, right? So when price got to this point, I missed the first entry. So where I got wicked out was this. So when price gave me this bearish engulfing, I set my limits, the taps, and my stop loss was around here. So I got wicked out before the sale on another account. Where there was no stop. You know, you trade an account stop loss. I don't know if you have those accounts. Those like fund your risk accounts. Yeah, so on that account, you know, the trade was still running. But yeah. Now, first trade was this, second trade was this. So on Wednesday, I didn't know what happened there. I didn't trade Wednesday. I didn't know what happened there. Honestly, I didn't know what happened there. But one thing I was looking out was, I was looking out for a sell as well. But I didn't get a clean trade because it was not looking all that clean for me. I was not looking all that clean. So I wanted to take a confirmation trade, but I didn't get any. That's why you see I didn't trade on this day. I was looking at price coming here or around anywhere here, then rejecting. Gave me a confirmation to sell, but I didn't get any. So on Thursday, I still sold. So it's very clean trade. I sold from here. If you follow me on X, you will see the screenshot. I sold from here down. I wasn't convinced price was going to buy. Plus, I've seen price action like this. You know, like there's some things that you train your eyes to see. That when you see, you know that for a fact, the chance of price doing this is slim to none. So when I saw this price action, how price has formed here versus how price was forming here, I said no. This is going down. Yeah, so I sold here. So this is on XAUS, by the way. This is on XAUS. But yeah, I didn't expect these buys on this Friday. I expected the buys. I'm not going to lie. I expected the buys. Let me not say I didn't expect the buys. I expected the buys on this Friday. I expected the buys because look at this big rejection. There's no way price is going to now like start dropping again without taking out this high. Start dropping again. So I expected buys, but I didn't catch it. I took 3 trades, 1 week out, and 2 wins. Win on Monday, got weeked out on Tuesday, and this win on this Thursday, right? So yeah, this was the only trade I took. You know, this week. But let's go over to the breakdowns. So yeah, but I told you guys that we are at the very high points in crypto. As a whole, we are at the very high points. I told you guys that what would have been looking to see is a sweep of these highs, then a close below to sell. A sweep of the highs and a close below to sell. We didn't get that on BTC. BTC was kind of ranging, so I didn't even look at BTC, to be honest. I didn't look at BTC, to be honest. But on ETH, if you follow me on Twitter, I posted that if you see price gets 3.5k, check my X. No limit Victor, check my X. They said I posted price that we should get to 3.5k on ETH, right? On ETH, we should get to, on ETH, we should get to what? 3.5k. Get to 3.5k. Oh yeah, you can see we hit that perfectly. But what I want to go over, is this right here. I did this like, I don't know, this was what, Saturday 12th. Okay, this was Saturday. So I told you guys on this count, if you watch the last breakdown on ETH, I told you guys that if we should see a close like this, where price close in between this range, we have this range. We have this range. So if you see a close in between, right, if you see price move, continue to the upside. But if you see a close below, you see price there, come to this target. This should be our first target. So if you watch the last breakdown, if you didn't watch it, go ahead, you see the proof. So yeah, price then closed inside. As you can see, we are rallying to the upside. We are rallying to the upside. Yeah. So on XCG, I didn't think I talked much on XCG USD. I don't think I talked much on XCG. But let's go over to what you think is happening this week on each of these pairs. What you think is happening this week on each of these pairs. So on BTC on the weekly time frame, I'm convinced that we should have a drop. It dropped to at least 115. It dropped to at least 115. If we should maintain a certain bearish momentum to the downside, something like this for market open, then here we see a drop to at least 115 and below. Let's check on the daily. So at least 115 and below, you see a drop, right? Then somewhere around here, right? So you see this drop should happen anytime next week, right? On BTC USD. Honestly, I like the way it's forming right now. You see this, then see a drop to at least 115, take out this lows. By the start of next week, then drop lower, possibly. Then on gold, following the weekly time frame. Our forecast was for price to come to this point, then buy. Oh, we then saw this rejection happen. This rejection then happened. So looking at this, two things might happen. Either will come here. Hold on. Two things might happen here. Maybe the momentum for the week was not enough to push gold to the downside, or we should see something like this. It's still valid, in my opinion. It's still valid. Or you could see like price open and shoot to the upside. So trading gold, I'll wait for London. For London. If by London, I think we'll start that time. Okay, let's say like 7 in the morning. 7 in the morning. West African time, 7. If we should see price trading above, right, somewhere around here, then we should know that okay, we are going to the upside. First target should be liquidity 33.93.74. Then here right? First target, second target. But if by London we just came here, taps, then start dropping, our first target should be here, and our second target should be here, our third target should be here. Then we can possibly take out this low, but I'm not looking to take out this low yet. I'll just look to take first target, second target. So if by 7 a.m. West African time, we see price trading above this point, then we should expect price to go up. But if price stops here, start dropping, we should expect price to go down. Alright, so that's how I'll be playing XAUSD this week. And ETH, same thing. ETH, same thing. Unless I'll be looking for a sweep of the high first. This is a very big candle. I'll be looking for a sweep of the high and a possible close under this point. Sweep of the high, then price trading under this level. Then I'll look to sell ETH back down. Then XAUSD sells, of course. You know what this means. Sells, of course. First target and second target. First target and second target. So yeah, it's very simple. This is what we do. We'll be doing this every week. So in case you have not turned on post notifications, in case you're having confusion with your daily buyers, what you're looking for the week, so your first stock should be here. So you can use it to kind of, correlate with yours, like use it to kind of like, I don't know the word, compare it to yours. Yeah, so this should be your first stock. So yeah, you see silver drop. So honestly, with the way silver is closing, you see gold drop as well, but we don't trade it like that. As you can see, ETH was flying this week, but gold was consolidating, so anything can happen. So yeah, on silver, what I'll be looking for is this right here. Something like this point. So it's a very big move. You can catch a lot of pips here. A lot of money could be made from this point to this point. So yeah, this will be the end of the video. See you guys next week. So like and sub. If you don't like and sub, watch the previous videos, because you might not understand something I'm saying, but I cannot keep going over things I've talked about before in new videos. So yeah, see you guys next week. Peace.